Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan. Welcome back to my channel. In today's review, we're going to be taking a look at from Transformers the movie. This is Studio Series Steeljaw. Let's take a quick look at the packaging. You have a very nice image of Steeljaw leaping into action there, sniffing out the scent of the Decepticons. Very, very nice. Some various logos. Takara Tomy, Transformers the movie logo there. You do see he is packaged in cassette mode. Does come with the gold speaker, some other accessories. This is the Japanese release, so SS-135. He is a core class figure. You get a picture of his noggin there. Blue Autobot logo there. Some product info on the bottom. A very similar image on the side here. And on the back is where we see our product images. He converts from his cassette to his Lion mode. And he does have the capability of putting the speaker on the back. And he's also compatible with Studio Series Blaster. It's a little blurb about Steeljaw there. And tons of text for the Japanese release there. But yeah, that's about it for the packaging. Let's get out Studio Series Steeljaw, see what this little guy is all about. Okay, here is Steeljaw out of the box, but before we get into his details, let's take a quick look at the accessories he comes with. The first one being his tail piece here. So they have the yellow plastic for the tail, and then the golden wings just plug in on either side. These do come separate in the box, so you kind of have to just attach them. They do just plug in there. So you got a little bit of detail there, and some nice detail on the golden wings. So you get little mini blasters molded in there, so very, very nice. And that does plug in for his alt mode. The other accessory is, of course, his big old speaker here. Again, just done in the yellow plastic. And it does have some very nice detail on the top and some very just smooth, very nice gold paint over the top. And then this bottom piece here, again, has a little bit of gold paint with some sort of blasters molded in. So again, this piece is separate from the speaker. You do have to assemble that. They all come separately, but very, very cool. So that's about it for Steeljaw's accessories. Let's get into Steeljaw's cassette mode details. Let's get in close on Steeljaw's cassette mode details. And when I say cassette mode, I'm using that term very loosely. It's nothing like we saw with Rumble and Frenzy from the Studio Series. But anyways, getting up close here, you do see some nice gray paint here for the wheel. I don't know why this is painted and this one isn't. You do get some red paint in the middle there. It looks like almost like an arrow there. You have some gold plastic up here for sort of like the blasters in the Beast mode. But that's about it. And then the other side, it's very lackluster. You have the Autobot logo there. You got some more sort of gray paint there. And then the rest is just sort of, I mean, you get some nice molded detail or whatever, but it just, yeah, it does not scream like cassette mode like we saw with Rumble and Frenzy. Bringing in Frenzy here for a quick comparison here. You can see the amount of detail that we did see on the Studio Series Frenzy cassette, and then compared to the Steeljaw cassette, it really pales in comparison. So it's just, yeah, it's really too bad. So just kind of turn them around here. You can just see the amount of detail, some nice silver, line work and a little bit of paint there. It just really makes it look like a cassette, whereas Steeljaw, it's just like looks sort of half finished. But yeah, anyways, that is a quick comparison between Frenzy and Steeljaw. And of course, Steeljaw is compatible with Blaster here, but you want to make sure that you put him in the front side here. If you put him in backwards, he doesn't really fit that well, so just make sure you're putting him in like this. So yeah, you can just easily open up the tape deck here on Blaster, and it is a very snug fit. Again, I have that turned around. Make sure it's facing front. Make sure that is facing front, and then yeah, it's a very, very snug fit. And then you're going to push him in, and yeah, it's really, really tight in there. So you can see Steeljaw chilling out in Blaster's tape deck. So very, very cool. That's about it for the cassette mode. Let's get this guy transformed into his alt mode. All right, transformation time for Studio Series Steeljaw. This guy's pretty easy to transform. First thing I want to do is take the head pieces and just pull them out here on either side, and they will combine to form the head. So these will just swing out on these little pins right here. And then you want to take the head and then just fold these down again on these pins, and then that will click together to form his head. So very, very cool. And then he wants to take his head and put it up like that. Next thing you want to do is come down here and pull down the back legs here. And you can keep the guns there like that for now. And then once you have that done, you can pull the front legs out like so. So he's like that. And then at that point, there's some pins right there again that will separate the back legs and the blasters. So you're going to put those blasters up like that on either side. And sometimes it does move with the legs. So you want to sort of hold the back leg while you... This side's very tight for some reason. And then separate those two like that and just make sure they're kind of straight. And yeah, voila, you have Steeljaw in his beast mode. After that lackluster cassette mode, it's actually nice to see this guy's alt mode looking pretty cool. So let's get in on the details on this little guy. So yeah, first and foremost, let's take a look at the head. You do see some nice blue paint for the eyes. You see some white paint for the teeth, and he does have some red paint inside the mouth there. So some very nice detail, more than I thought he would have. You do see a little bit of the gray paint from the cassette mode. You see the Autobot logo there. You do have the gold blasters on the side here, sporting some pretty nice sculpted detail. I really do like that look. Very cool. Otherwise, other than the butthole pin on the back, that's about it for alt mode. You do see some nice sculpted detail on the legs and such there. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much it. Now, I do love how this kind of folds out and forms the mane of the lion mode. Very, very cool. And then, yeah, he does look a little bit empty on the back here. So you do have that slot there for the wings and the tail. So let's bring that in right now. So again, this is just, slots right in. There's a peg right there, and that'll just plug in like so. And then you have the wing look, which is very, very cool. So it does complete the look there. And then if you don't want that look, you can obviously take that off. And then you can put in the speaker. So you have the same sort of setup there. You have the plug, the peg and the slot there, and you can have the speaker mode if you like that look. I do like these little mini blasters here, but I do think I like the winged look better. So I'm going to take that off and go back with the wings here. Again, just plugging those in. So very, very cool. Now, as far as articulation, he doesn't have much. He does have, because of transformation, you can kind of move his head up and down. All the legs are on pins, so this forward and backwards. And then these do move separately, the guns and the legs. So yeah, as far as articulation, it's not like, this figure's not going to be like an articulated figure. So, but yeah, definitely the beast mode is very cool compared to that awful looking cassette mode as the backdrop falls down. Anyways, we're going to pause here and do some quick comparisons. Here's a comparison between Studio Series Frenzy and Steeljaw. And one more comparison here with Rung and Steeljaw. So you can just tell the size here of Steeljaw in sort of a little mini core class figure. So there's one more play feature that is included with the Studio Series Steeljaw set here, and that is the inclusion or the compatibility of the speaker with Blaster here. So if you'll notice on his hand, on either hand, you do have this sort of little nub here. It's a little sort of little tab that sticks out. So if you want to line that tab up with the top of this notch right here inside the speaker, you will form Blaster's iconic speaker hand. Now it does work on both hands, as you see on this side too. You do have that little nub right there. And again, just lining that top part up of the back of the speaker with the nub there, it does give him speaker hands. Wish there were two of them. There's only one, but very cool nonetheless. So my final thoughts for Studio Series Core Class Steeljaw here is sort of a mixed bag. While the cassette mode is not very great, it's kind of plain and kind of boring, the alt mode definitely makes up for it. And the fact that you can kind of interchange the tail and the wings part with the speaker, I think that's a very cool inclusion. Now the alt mode, the lion mode, I think there's some nice detail going on here and some nice playability. Speaking of playability, the fact that you have that compatibility with Blaster with the speaker hands is just awesome. Again, like I said, I wish there were two of them. So I think that inclusion is a very a worthy reason to pick up this set. Otherwise, I don't think it's that great, but I do think the beast mode does outweigh the cassette mode. Anyways, that being said, this is the video review for Transformers the Movie Studio Series Core Class Steeljaw. This has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching, guys. Please follow me on Instagram. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more great content. And as always, till all are one.